Wherever you're watching the major prophet of God, once again, the major prophet of God, I am out to make sure that I continue to give the prophecies and the revelations that the Lord has given me the grace to always give to the people of God all over the world. Because a lot of people have been coming to major prophet of God and say, the major prophet of God, we want to know the end of the matter and what is going to become of all the issues as regarding the people of Biafra and also the people of the country. And the people are coming from different places to ask the major prophet of God to continue to prophesy all these things as I'm seeing them, and the realm of the spirit to begin to prophesy them the way they are written there. The Lord has taken the major prophet of God. Remember the Ghana matter. When I give you the prophecy, I say opposition scattered the power and become the president of Ghana. You look at it, it came to pass. Remember the America came to pass. Remember assassination, Donald Trump came to pass. Remember Bola Ahmed Tinubu came to pass. Remember Ghana last 2 years come to pass. Remember so many prophecies that has fulfilled on this altar. Don't forget that in 2019 there was one called 36 state governors prophecy that came to pass on this altar. You can check from my channel, you will find out. And so today people are asking me, major prophet of God, this issue of what's called Nnamdi Kanu, and also the issue of what's called Simon Epka right there in Finland. What's going to become the final chapter? And the Lord said, tell it to the people, I am seeing what's called the case of Simon Epka ending up with what's called people should pay him. But I'm looking at, instead of this man matter to become an issue that will be dragging, and now they are now filing and file and also ask the Nigeria to pay Simon Epka and also pay Nnamdi Kanu for wasting their time and all of these things that is happening there. And I look at the realm of the spirit, and the Lord began to show these things to me. And I said, these things are not things I'll keep quiet, because as a major prophet of God, it's a big task that whatever is happening on the face of the earth, the major prophet of God has to come out and prophesy them the way they are. And so I'm making sure that these prophecies are given, because I'm seeing what's called Nigeria charged to pay Simon Epka right there in Finland. Remember, I'm a prophet. It's a messenger I am, to give the message the way they are. And not only that, and the Lord took me to a place called Biafra land. And as I look into the place called Biafra land, and I see myself, I see what's called streets are made with the name of Simon Epka and the name of Nnamdi Kanu. MC what's called some airport, the airport that is already built called international airport in different zones. I see some airport bearing the name of these same people. I'm seeing what's called avenues. I'm seeing what's called the road. I'm seeing what's called different places. And not only these people, I'm seeing people like Ojuku, or to make Ojuku right there. And I begin to see so many things that are going to be built on that land of Biafra. Somebody will like, oh, major prophet of God. Is that the only place you are seeing? That is the place that is in vogue right now, because I'm seeing a very soon a time is coming, and I'm seeing what's called university curriculum, especially in the university of the University of America, where they have what's called the Oxford University. I see what's called Cambridge. I'm seeing different international universities copying and writing books with the name of Simon Epka. The simplest way to actualize what's called independence and what's called declaration of sovereign state. And I see where people are now going to do what's called political. They enter into the class and they see people now studying this. The study is called a study of what's called political science. And right there in the curriculum, I am seeing a shocking surprise. The name Simon Epka and the name Nnamdi Kanu coming out on curriculum on what's called political science study. That people are right there in different universities of the world, and as they are studying how can a black man, how can a black people be able to do this kind of a thing, and now take to the level of what's called declaration of their sovereign state. And also from there, as time goes by, the Republic of Biafra finally actualized and finally come to full existence, because a black man thought about this and bring a template and played on template and improve on template and use the template and come to a point that result to what's called free and fair exit from another country This is something that the world is going to study. This is something that white people are going to study. This is what I'm seeing in the realm of the spirit, where I'm seeing right there in Finland, and people are studying, and people are taking time to study this man and asking questions, and books are written, different books and curriculums right there in universities. As this goes on, I see the same thing also in different universities, even in Africa. And this alone, many people will study this and become master degree holders. Master degree holders in what's called freedom fighting, master degree holder in what's called the declaration of a republic, and master degree holders. And people that are going to study this are political science students, and people will study this. And this is a book that I'm seeing in the realm of the spirit, because everything that the Lord has shown to make your prophet of God has already been tabulated in the realm of the spirit. And this was going to happen, whether you believe it or not. Doubt me. Remember, I'm a prophet and I'm a man of God. I come out to give messages the way I see them in the realm of the spirit, because I am seeing even universities in America will bring people to come and study this. And this young man, a young man that we all do not know all this while, has surprised the world right there in Finland. And as a proof, what's called the originality of a black man has proved that a black man can equally stand the test of time and stand the challenge of time. I begin to wonder, how can this be possible? What a surprise! Because they say that black people don't know what they're doing. They say black people don't have sense. They say black people are maroons. They say black people does not know anything. But look at what black man is doing in the face of the earth. Where some people will think that, oh, it's all about all about fighting. But this is not a fight. This is not a fight. This was called in the realm of the spirit, this was called diplomatic call. And it shall come to pass at a time, and nobody will have anything to say than to say, no, you have tried. Congratulations. Shake hand. And I see in the realm of the spirit, Nigeria will be asked to settle the people of Biafra. And everything will be settled, and everything will be settled. And you see the republic that is already declared right there in existence. Because a major prophet of God, I don't say things when they happen. I make sure I say things months, days, weeks, years before they begin to happen. Because when I give it to you, you like to believe it, you like don't believe it. I am using this medium to let you know that the whole number, everything is already clear in the realm of the spirit, as the Lord is showing to major prophet of God. Because it's a shock to me. I begin to wonder, say, Simon Epka is a young man right there in Finland that we all do not know. How did he surface from somewhere? And when he surfaced, and the Lord said, look at him, he's possessed with the spirit of freedom. People that are fighting him should stop fighting him. People that want to do this, they should be careful, because this was called the spirit of freedom in the life of a black man. And you will see that it shall come to pass, all the white people from all over the world will come to study this man. This is the biggest gift that Africa has. Simon Epka and Nnamdi Kanu is one of the biggest gift that Africa has. And these biggest gifts are in the class of what's called major prophet of God and big people that matters as far as the universe is concerned. Because they are called, these are what's called the people that are called the God ones, the sent one, that are sent upon the face of the earth to make a remarkable change on the face of the earth. And a lot of people, a lot of students are going to go to what's called research. And so many other nations that are in bondage are going to now take this very tablet and take this what's called a template and begin to improve on it. And this template will become a template that so many countries are going to use. You will see after the declaration and all this declaration have been done and everything about Biafra, you will see another country from the Western world is going to adopt this system. And when they adopt this system, they are also going to do their own what's called declaration of independence in exile, a government of a place in exile. And that alone will become a curriculum that people will be asking, how manage? And the people will be surprised. How did this come about? This is a revelation that God is showing to his servant, the major prophet of God. Because somebody was wondering, oh, major prophet, how is this happening? I told you about 2 months or a month, 2 months before the election of Ghana, 2 months plus. I told you, I said, I'm seeing the opposition scuttle the power. Even when there's a twinkling, I said, there's opposition is scuttle the power, that the ruling house should put their house in order. And then somebody will say, oh, maybe it's for Biafra alone. No, I'm giving a prophecy was called worldwide prophecy to everywhere in the world. As the Lord opened the eyes of the major prophet of God, I will not hesitate to prophesy, because it's a big duty and a high calling of God to tell the earth what is going to become of the earth. Because this is what's going to happen. People will see it and people will wonder. They will ask, how manage a black man bringing a curriculum right there in Cambridge, right there in Oxford, right there in different universities of the world, and people will be like, oh, how did this happen? This is major prophet of God. When I give you prophecy, write it down. I didn't say you must believe. You don't need to believe. All you don't just need is to write it down, because it shall come. It shall become government versus government. What has been done in Finland is going to become what's called in the realm of the physical. It's going to become government versus government, because it shall come to pass, and there will be a round table meeting, and the people and the leaders of Biafra will sit on the table, and the leaders of Nigeria will sit on the table, and the leaders of different parts of the country will sit on the table. They say, well, this is how it has become. There's nobody want to do anything about this matter, because spiritual realm control the physical realm. Don't forget that major prophet of God, I am dwelling and doing everything about myself and everything about the messages from the spiritual realm to make sure that in the physical realm, people get the message the way they are. Write it down, because you're going to see what's called streets bearing the name of Nnamdi Kanu and bearing the name of what's called Simon Epka. You're going to see international airports. You're going to see different places. You're going to see roads. You're going to see avenues. You're going to see ways. Because this is what is there. Even the major prophet of God is going to have name on ways and roads. You don't know. Things of the spirit are too spiritual. Carnal man cannot understand. You need to be spiritual. You need to awaken your spirit to be able to catch up with what is written that in the realm of the spirit for the physical realm to see. I gave a prophecy a few days ago, and this prophecy is a prophecy that concerns what's called in the realm of the physical. This is a prophecy that matters about what's called the World War III, and people are like panicking everywhere. How's this going to be? The World War III, this, that, and a lot of issues like that. A lot of issues like that. And the Lord has already spoken to major prophet of God. He said the World War III will not happen until the people that are going to develop the equipment and what's called the war instrument that's going to be used to stop every what's called nuclear bombing or nuclear weapon that are going to be released in the air. What will stop it? People that are going to build it are warming up, and they will build it to stop that. And because what God did not permit will not happen on the face of the earth, and the major prophet of God cannot be on the face of the earth, and this kind of thing happen. That's why we are raising the banner of Jehovah God, the Lord Jesus Christ, the peace of God that passes all understanding. As long as we are in the world, as long as the message of Christ is still upon the face of the earth, there's no Jupiter on the face of the earth that can destroy this earth until Christ is done with the elect, until Christ is done with the believers, until Christ is done with his children. There's nothing anybody want to do to stop or to destroy the earth, because God has not given it into their hands. You talk about the stakeholders of this earth, when you talk about the politicians, the leaders of the world, you must not talk anything without mentioning the prophet, without mentioning Godhead, without mentioning the presence of the Lord, without mentioning the role of the Almighty God. And the Almighty God surely will do nothing except he has first of all revealed to his servant the major prophet of God. And so these are the things. When I'm giving you messages the way they are, take it to heart, believe it, and watch out and see what's going to become. Because God is God, and God can never be a man. He's a spirit and remain a spirit forever. Thank you for watching. Until we meet again tomorrow. Don't forget that tomorrow is live program when I, the major prophet of God, will be live here revealing the universe and the planet Earth. Everything about the planet Earth. Everything about the universe. Everything about elections of the world. What's going to happen. Don't forget. If you are forgetting so soon, go back. Let's not talk about other years, because we'll talk about 2013 to 2014 till date. All the prophecies are accurate, on point, exact the way they are. 2 years ago, I went to Ghana and I told the people of Ghana, I said the opposition is going to take power this time around. 2 years ago. And I returned back to Nigeria and I said it again. I said it on a crossover night. My studio people, they have forgotten. I said it on a crossover night. The opposition is going to scuttle power in Ghana. And after that, 2 months to the time, I said it again, make it the 3rd time. So, God is God and God is not a man. When God has revealed to his servant, the major prophet of God, so it is. So everybody rejoice, for you have been privileged to hear the voice of God, the raw and the life. Because the voice of God is the voice, the Bible says, the voice of the Lord thundereth, the voice of the Lord breaketh the cedars of Lebanon. God is God and God can never be a man. Thank you for watching until we meet again. Don't forget, I remain your prophet, Dr. David Kingleo, Elijah, the major prophet of God. And don't forget, we have just done our Thanksgiving. You still have to be part of it. And God will bless you beyond.
Biafra.